Okay. All right. The developer update for August 2024 is out. And there are a bunch of changes that are going to be extremely interesting. I'm probably going to change the game for better or worse. We'll see. But obviously, this is first going to come to the PTB. And these changes will get tested. So Dredge, minor update, KEKW. This is a massive update. Dredge is getting massive buffs. In my opinion, underrated. A bit of an underpowered killer that deserves a bit of love. So, the movement speed while charging Reign of Darkness is 3.8. So that means he can go around the loop faster. This will help him get a little bit more anti-loop and probably increase his early game a little bit. This one is another huge one. Increased teleport speed outside of Nightfall to 19 meters from 12. This is quite a significant increase. Crossing the map without Nightfall literally takes 5 business days. It's going to take 3 now, so that's going to give him a lot of power back and a little bit more mobility. Because like in theory, you can cross the map. In practice, it's just 3 times faster than walking currently. And yeah, that's going to get increased. Really cool. Reduced teleport cooldown outside of Nightfall to 10 seconds, a little bit faster. So more mobility on that. Decreased time to break out of a lock to 2.25. So this is the... This was an add-on that is partially going into the base kit because everyone had to use it. I think it was Heddy's calendar, if I'm not mistaken. So one of the add-ons that it felt like you had to use on Dredge. This is going into the base kit. And increase charge rate of Nightfall meter to 1 charge per second per injured survivor. This is another add-on that felt like it was kind of necessary and it's getting put into the base kit. This is the yellow skull one. I forgot the name. Okay, this one is huge. Love this one. Reduced volume of the Dredge's sound effect to make it harder to detect. So survivors will not be as easily able to pre-run him because they will not hear him coming from as far away. I think this one is a huge one that is going to increase his early game so much. And yeah, I think Dredge, relatively low tier killer that deserves some love for quite a bit. These are meaningful changes that are going to make him a lot stronger. Is this going to be too strong? I honestly don't think so. I think there's ways to go. In my opinion, definitely like maybe the 6th worst killer in the game, roughly. So yeah, definitely has some ways to go, and this will definitely elevate him quite a bit. We've increased the Dredge movement speed while charging its power, while teleporting outside of Nightfall to give him a slight boost in both strength and feel. Yep. We've also incorporated part of effects from some must-have add-ons into the base kit. True. So, the Doctor. Reduce static blast cooldown to 30 seconds if no survivors are in range. Reduce static blast cooldown to 45 if survivors are in range. So, if you use your static blast on Doctor and you don't hit anyone, the cooldown is 30 seconds. That was 60 before, now it is 30. That is going to be nice to check if survivors are around. This could honestly be really good to actually intentionally miss to take the lower cooldown, especially if you just hook someone. You can probably just static blast, take the 30-second cooldown, see if anyone is around. If there are, then you can go chase them. Increase movement speed while charging static blast to 2.99. So this is quite significant. You will probably be able to get away with this in chase. In chase, possible because this is 3 times as fast. So you will not lose crazy distance, and you can just use this off cooldown to get more passive slowdown out of the madness. You just get more madness. Survivors have to get out of madness more. Adjusted static blast cooldown errors accordingly. The static blast can be a helpful tool for players who struggle to find survivors, but the long cooldown makes it punishing to miss. Yeah, we'll need to see. This is PTB fast. This is going to be a little bit of a boost to Doctor. I think the passive slowdown is honestly going to change quite a bit. This is going to feel really good, I think. Because more madness tier 3, you can use it in chase now, and you will not lose crazy distance. You will lose a little bit, but if you have 2 or 3 survivors around, I think the passive slowdown you get will probably make it worth it. Alright, the Nemesis Balumba is getting a little bit of an update. So, Balumba always had a mechanic that most players actually don't know about, I think. So, you actually get slowed down if you get infected. How many of you knew that? You actually get a little bit of a hindered effect, a base kit if you get infected. Did you know that? You did? Okay, some people knew it, some people... You know? Oh, you guys are so smart. Wow, you guys are so smart. That is crazy. Fuck the ads. Anyway. Alright, so required for reaching mutation tier 2 has been reduced to 5 instead of 6. So this means, so what Marvin's Blood did is effectively in the base kit now. Increased hindered penalty duration when infecting a survivor to 2 seconds instead of 0.25 seconds. So this is quite meaningful. I think this means the survivor gets 2 meters less distance when you first infect them. 2 meters doesn't sound like a lot, but that is a few seconds that you have to chase them less. And a few seconds where you're in range earlier. So this might honestly be quite the meaningful buff. Adjusted Liquor Tongue and Marvin's Blood add-on. The hindered effect causes an infected survivor to previously very short make its effect inconsequential. Adjusted Liquor Tongue. So Liquor Tongue is the add-on that already increased the hindered penalty, but it was so little that it barely mattered. And this add-on is going to be quite meaningful now. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. And both of them are getting adjusted. I don't think there are numbers here, right? No, they're not. I don't want to say anything wrong, so I'll not talk about numbers, I guess. But yeah, so Nemesis also getting a tiny bit of a buff. The hindered effect maybe a little bit more meaningful. And people have kind of asked for this since Nemesis came out. Like, maybe don't give survivors speed boost when they get infected. That's not really what's happening here. But they're going to get a little bit less distance. And 3 hitting survivors will not be as meaningful. Blast Mine. So the activation requirement for Blast Mine is going down to 40%. So every activation, everything that needed activation by Gen Repair had the same number. And now these numbers get split up so that they can be balanced more easily. Because not everything is necessarily the same and not everything is the same strength. But they all needed 50% activation time. That is what the devs are going away from again. Which is, I think that's a good change. I think it's a good idea. So Wiretap also 40%. And now this is one that is arguably way weaker than the other two. Chemical Trap now only requires 20%. Chemical Trap, a little bit of a meme. Reduced activation to 60 seconds. It's like, I mean, if you put it on a gen, then you, like the survivors, the killer's probably gonna bloodlust it. Like, there are very few moments where this is really meaningful. Keep in mind, this will go to PTB. 20% might be a bit low. But I don't think it is, to be honest. I don't think Chemical Trap as a perk is that strong. Yeah, little steep for the effect granted. I agree. I think these perks are just better. So, yeah, that's probably going to make it a bit more meaningful. And the duration is reduced. Mirrored Illusion. There's another one. Used to be 50%, but now it is 20%. So you can actually get illusions at an extremely fast pace, but they will not last as long. But yeah, illusions, little bit of a meme, but certainly, this is gonna make it more meaningful because like you can effectively spam them at that point, which is really, really cool. While fun to use, illusion tends to not be a game changer. Yeah, I agree. 20% instead of 50, good change. Dance With Me. Reduce the cooldown to 20 seconds. Dance With Me, long cooldown, meant it realistically, would not activate more than once per chase for many players. Yeah, Dance With Me means you do not have scratch marks after a vault, and the cooldown is effectively half. We'll need to see if this is going to have a huge impact. I don't think Dance With Me was ever like really meta. You're not gonna like the hook change. Dude, I don't know how to tell this, but like, I kind of know what's in here because I'm a consultant. I've seen those changes before. Yeah. like nothing here is new to me. Yeah. Alright, Deceptions. Reduce cooldown to 20 seconds. Cool. Deception is honestly really, really underrated perk in my opinion. You can actually fool the killer quite well if you use these perk to its full potential. Cooldown halved. And, oh, look at that. Pebble, meta perk, 20 seconds cooldown now instead of 30, so not quite halved, but you need to play, you need to be in the killer territories for 20 seconds, Cool. Pebble. None of these procs really have much on an effect in the meta. I think reducing their cooldown is definitely a good thing and will make them more viable for people who want to use them. Cool. Flashbang. Reduced activation requirement to 40%. Jukers. Okay, the Jukers are gonna be so happy about this. 40% on Gen Pass for Flashbang. No way! If you buy 4 Flashbangs, you get 1 for free. What? That is crazy. Flashbangs come in handy through the perk. Takes a while to activate. We have reduced the requirement because Jukers have too low of an attention span. That is absolutely correct. Good job on the Death Note. Alright, Prestige. Remove Prestige levels are no longer shown in the pregame lobby. What? I can finally P100 Leon. No way. That's crazy. Seeing a high prestige level caused some players to feel intimidated and leave the lobby. Be honest, if you see a P100 Michaela, you're kind of shitting your pants, right? Be honest. Yeah, I know, guys, I know. This has a negative effect on matchmaking and discourages players from playing their favorite survivors. What? Prestige levels will no longer be shown in the pregame lobby. I think this should be toggleable, my honest opinion, but I think this is absolutely better than showing it. Absolutely. I think the endgame plan is to have it on toggle. Like, no, that's not the endgame plan. I think that's the best solution. But this is definitely better than showing it. Because you literally cannot play your mains because nobody's going to chase a P100. Let's be real. It's just like showing the prestiges is not the play. It's kind of like pissing off because you level a character and then you cannot play him anymore because like people will not, or like they're gonna act weird, or like they're not gonna chase you. Hook stages. What, guys? Increase the duration of hook phases to 70 seconds. Death Note. Some time ago, the total repair time of Generators was increased. For the most part, this is a positive change, though it has some side effects on making camping more effective. Focusing on repair was the best way for other survivors could counter camping. But nobody in solo queue does it, bro! Repair the motor, solo queue survivors! Do it! But with repairs taking longer, the survivors aren't able to get much done before the hooked survivors sacrificed. To combat this, we have increased the duration of each hook phase to 70 seconds. This needs testing. I don't know the implication of this. This needs a lot of testing. I don't think this is a bad change, period. I don't think this is a bad idea. And it's true. Like, the pacing was different with gen times being different. And I think adjusting this, it's not the worst idea. Not the worst idea. Alright, scratch marks. Improved scratch marks visibility. Is this bait? That's a lot more visible. Marks are an important tracking tool, but could be hard to see on some surfaces. We've reviewed each map to ensure adequate visibility. Cool. Love that. Love that. Predator base kit for killers? What? Killers get 5 perks? I hate killer players. Wow. Anyway. Alright, cool. Midwich. Remove breakable walls in the bathroom. Bro, hot take of the day. Breakable walls are trash and should be removed from the game. Okay, hot take of the day. I said it. I don't think they lead to good gameplay. Remove breakable walls in the bathroom. Navigating the map could be difficult for those who don't have it memorized. To make it easier to get between floors, remove the breakable walls, which previously blocked the path. Oh, the bathroom is open now. That is going to be interesting. So survivors have one more way to get up and down. That's going to make camping a little bit worse, I guess, for killers. Because as a killer, you never want to open that, because it's one more way to get down. Usually you only have 2 ways to get up on Midwich. Those are both of the staircases, and now there's a 3rd way by the bathroom. So that's pretty cool. Hallways used to have long line of sights, making it easy to spot approaching killers. Difficult for survivors to hide. Okay. We moved some objects around to limit in the hallways. Nah, bro, what? Okay. Until the next time, the Dead by Daylight team. Okay, cool. So let's summarize again. Dredge, farming massive W's, Loti killer, super cool. Doctor getting buffs, same. He's gonna have more slowdown from Madness. Let's see how this plays out. I think this is not the worst idea. Nemesis getting some buffs. 2 seconds unhindered. I think that's 2 meters that survivors are missing, by the way. I'm pretty sure I did the math on that. So survivors get 2 meters less distance when they first get infected because of the hindered effect, which is pretty cool. And Lickitung is going to have more an effect. So Lickitung is going to be probably the meta add-on. Yeah. Blast Mine. So all the activation things got their own cooldown, and the weaker ones like Chemical Trap. Skype, thank you so much for 43. What? Chemical Trap and Mirror 20. Yeah, cool. Good changes. I like it. Yeah, we need to see what the Hawkshade is. 70 seconds. I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. But yeah, we will need to see. The PTB is going to be out, I think, next week. We're going to see it then and see if these changes hold up, but are really promising so far. All right.